Guys, I am excited. I am excited for the run-up in the EOS price. I'm excited for all the new and exciting things that are happening in the EOS ecosystem. I'm excited because I'm going to Anarchapulco tomorrow, and I will be there for the next 6 days. And here's what we're going to cover in this episode. The run-up in price. We're going to cover a new cooperative voting infrastructure bounties program. And don't worry, I will explain what that means. We're going to cover the EOS Authority proxy view page, which I find very useful with its history. We're going to cover the AtticLab review of the resource exchange. altShiftDev presents MEOWnet, which is my EOS wallet net. And it's got some very cool features. I'm going to show you a program for the phone for iOS called Sense.Chat, based on EOS. I'm going to show how easy it is to stake with Karma and why I wish I had done it sooner. And I'm going to show you a new proxy tool that's just useful for seeing how your voters are voting if you are a proxy. And I'm going to share with you eosDAC, how it just activated, guys. We celebrate the 15% activation threshold. And what does that mean? And we're going to cover the fact that I sent out prizes to the last EOS Mega update winners. And I have another prize. This one's a single prize and a big one. So stay tuned for that. And that's what I have to share with you today. This is EOS Mega Update 18. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to have you. And don't you love my new mic? Boom, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. All right, guys, and what better way to start than to cover the price of EOS? So as you're well aware, most likely, there's been an increase in the price of the entire crypto space over the past week or so. We saw a nice bump up, and basically all coins went up. Some went up more than others, and EOS was one of those coins that went up more than most other coins. So on this CoinGecko page, which I really like a lot because it's very clear, you can see that EOS went up 17% in the past week. And I'm just going to quickly go over all the coins that EOS rose more than in the past week. EOS rose more than Bitcoin, more than Ethereum, more than Ripple, more than Bitcoin Cash, more than Tron, more than Stellar, more than Cardano, more than Bitcoin SV, more than Monero, more than IOTA, more than Neo, etc. So that just bodes really well for the growth of EOS because everything rises, but some things rise more than others. And I think that's a testament to the potential that EOS has. One interesting point is that Tron is down 10%. I don't have the news on why that is or if that's just a regular fluctuation, but that's an interesting dichotomy when you have EOS up by 17% and Tron, a competitor of EOS, down by 10%. Quite a big change. If you guys happen to know why that is for Tron, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know why Tron dropped so much. So anyways, I'm very happy, and I'm very happy with my recent trade. If you know, I traded some Ethereum, 40% of my remaining Ethereum holdings to EOS, and I'm glad with that, not only as a short-term trade, but as a long-term trade, because I'm up on the short term, but also I see a brighter future happening more quickly for EOS in the long term. So again, I'm bullish both on the short term and the long term for EOS, and I'm happy that the market's backing that decision up. All right, guys, let's move on to something very new, something very exciting. This is the Cooperative Voting Infrastructure Bounties. This was an idea created by EOS 42. Ryan Betham of EOS 42 approached me and asked me if I'd like to be a part of this program. And after carefully considering it, I decided to go along with it. I think it's a very smart idea. So in a nutshell, I wrote a little description here to clarify what is this, the TLDR. Basically, it's pooling proxy votes to incentivize and build important EOS infrastructure. And the way it works is block producers, as you know, are awarded based on their rank. If they're in the top 21, they get a higher payout than if they were in the backup 50. Now, they also get a higher payout if they're ranked number 1 versus ranked number 2 or 3. So it's very graduated. The payout scale is very granular, and that's great because it incentivizes better performance. Now, what this cooperative voting infrastructure bounty does is it gets an agreement with the block producer. We say, hey, we want to see feature X on EOS. If you will build that feature, we, as a collective of proxies, agree to cast our votes for you while you're building this and for some period of time up to 1 year. And it's worth noting that we are only going to allocate a very few slots of our total 30 slots as proxies. So this is not some entire encompassing 30 vote program. It's just a couple slots that we all as proxies will agree to, all the proxies who have are participating in this program. And the reason that this is so cool is because it allows your vote not only to do its normal job of voting in a block producer or voting for a referendum, but it allows it to have further weight and further value when you vote for a proxy, such as the Colin T crypto proxy or any of the others in this program. And when you do that, your vote then has the additional power and weight to essentially fund features on EOS to be built. So if you're not voting right now, please do vote. And if you're not voting for a proxy, please consider voting for a proxy in this program, because what's going to happen is you're going to fund the development of new, exciting, and needed security features for the EOS blockchain, and that will increase the value of your token holdings. So it's really a smart long-term play if you value your EOS holdings. And I'm going to show you now who's a part of this program currently and the two current proposals that we want to see built. So right now, we have these proxies are part of this initiative. The Starkness proxy, Chintai proxy, Investing with the Difference, Colin Talks Crypto, EOS Titan, Tokenica, Freedom Proxy, EOS Vibes, Mentor Market, Mario, Anita EOS, and EOS BP Rankings. And while this initiative is so new, we already have 26 million votes at our voting disposal for those BPs who want to develop projects that we are requesting to improve EOS. Now, 26 million EOS already is a huge number. It's enough to put a BP in a paying position from a not paid position. And let's just look at the top 21 BPs. Here they are right here. Number 1 at 108 million votes and number 21 at 83 million votes. So you can see that we can push not only someone in the lower tier of the top 21 up to the top with our votes, but we can also push someone down here in the top, 50 up into the top 21. Or we can even take someone who's outside a paid position entirely and push them up into a paid position. It's a lot of voting power, and it's going to be used currently for these two proposals: an open source full history solution and testing paid standby ability to produce. So first of all, full history means an entire record of every transaction and action that has been performed on the EOS blockchain. It's expensive to do so, and it's resource intensive. But it's very important because you want to be able to query the entire blockchain, and that's useful for other reasons. And so what we want to do is encourage it to be easier. So we want a BP to make an open sourced solution to record the full history solution for the EOS blockchain. That is one of the projects we're funding. So if you agree to this, then we say, okay, what are the timeframes you're going to complete it by? And then we come to an agreement, and then we will vote for you pending your agreement to work on that solution. So you make that for us, and we get you ranked high, which pays you with votes. So all you voters out there, you will be helping to pay the BP for the making of this solution by just voting for a proxy on this list. The other solution we want is testing the paid standby BP's ability to produce. Right now, BPs are in standby positions. These guys, 22, 23 onward in their rankings, are getting paid, and we don't even know if they have the ability to produce blocks. We don't know if they're reliable. So we want a solution that doesn't change any of the core base foundation of EOS. It doesn't even rotate them into the top 21, yet it tests their ability to produce every 6 hours, their ability to create blocks and to show that they are really worth their paid standby pay. So that's a really valuable one in my opinion as well. So those are currently the two bounties available for BPs to take up. So get in touch with EOS 42 or myself You can reach us on Telegram and let us know if that's something that you are dedicated to creating for EOS, and then we will consider you as someone we will proxy our votes to for a specified period of time. Okay, guys, so that's what this is all about, and I'm just going to read a couple sentences from this to help make it clear for you if you're still confused. So, similar to the idea of worker proposals, voters can fund projects that they want by flexing their voting power. This is so awesome because you don't even have to pay anything directly. You just have to vote for a proxy. This model explicitly aligns incentives so that important EOS projects are built. BPs can have more certainty about the impact of their efforts on their ranking position, and voters can start to create a more actively engaged culture. We will prioritize bounties for critical EOS infrastructure that generally fall under these categories. Projects that are unlikely to get developed due to highly demanding development costs, projects that have no post-development monetary returns, so once they make it, they see no more benefit, so then why would they make it? Well, they'll make it when we fund them with our votes. And then lastly, network security. If a project increases the EOS blockchain's network security, that's something we also want to see, which is an example of the testing paid standby block producers. So if you haven't, again, please vote for a proxy such as Colin Crypto or any of the others that you feel entrusted in to make EOS better. Basically, we are building EOS with votes, making EOS better with your votes. It's more important than ever before to vote on EOS because it's going to make the platform superior. So EOS Authority has made a really cool proxy page just while we're on the topic of proxies. If you watched my last video, I really like Aloha EOS's proxy page, but now EOS Authority has an awesome page. In fact, it might be a little better because it's got a history of how many votes and how many tokens that proxy has seen. So you can track if it's increasing or decreasing and just see the historical growth. You can see the voting distribution and a pie chart here for who's voting for that proxy. You can also see every single proposal that has been agreed upon or disagreed with, when it was agreed with or disagreed with. So I just really like the way this page is laid out. It's beautiful, it's informative, it's got tons of information. And I just want to thank you guys for entrusting me with your votes. There has been an enormous turnout of votes for Colin Crypto. As you can see, it exploded in the past week. And I have reached 1.5 million EOS. All the way from, I was at about 500,000 at the time of my last video. So I've gained 1 million EOS in the past week. Thank you so much for entrusting me. I promise I will do my best to make those votes count. Now, to play devil's advocate, not to be a glass half empty kind of person, but just realistically, 1.5 million EOS is actually not a whole lot when it comes to how many votes we need on EOS. We have over 1 billion tokens. There's actually more than that because of inflation, but we'll just say 1 billion tokens, okay? So let's see how many tokens 1.5 million are in comparison to the entire token supply of EOS. It's a little over 1 billion because of inflation, but we'll just assume 1 billion for the sake of simplicity. And we multiply that with 100. Okay, so we got 0.15%. So right now, my 1.5 million EOS, while it's an enormous amount, is actually only 0.15 of a single percent of the amount of tokens on EOS. So even if I vote for something with your votes, it only shifts it by 0.15%. So guys, we need more votes. That's the moral of this story here. We need more voters. We need this to say 15 million staked EOS, because then we'll be at least 1.5%. Believe it or not, that's the kind of numbers we need to get those percentages. So if you haven't, vote today. Now, AtticLab did something very cool. Just like EOS Authority tested and reviewed the Rex system, AtticLab has tested it and shared their experience with the resource exchange. I really like that logo. It's like the Jurassic Park logo, the Rex. And so the testnet with the Rex is up. With the testnet having been running for some time now, we at AtticLab decided to see how it works in practice and whether it functions as expected. And so they did some elaborate testing and they simulated different users with different balances and how much profit and gains did they make, and to see if it worked as expected. After testing Rex, we can say that it works correctly and as expected. 10% of the REX in the pool gives you the right to receive 10% of the profits from all the transactions concluded within 24 hours. Although the lender knows what share of the overall profit he is due to receive, he has no knowledge of the exact amount of EOS he earns. REX can be sold for 4 days after the initial transaction. Those are some key points here. So overall, I would say this is a very positive review of the REX, and I'm really looking forward to it. And they have finalized the latest version of EOS IO. It's like 1.6.1 RC2, if that's correct. But it features the full REX code in it. And so really it's just a matter of getting that put in place. We're very close, guys. REX coming soon. All right. And real quickly, I want to give a props and shout out to Barry Dutton from Twitter, from my comment section. He's all over the place. He shared with me how I should be staking my Karma tokens. And I just hadn't been doing that because I thought I have too much to do. It's too complicated. I don't have time. I only have so much time. Well, it's easy. Go to eostoolkit.io, connect your scatter account, then click on Karma right here under dApps. And all you have to do is power up your Karma. So if it says you have 10,000 Karma here and you want to power up all 10,000, you would type your account name, whatever that is, connected with scatter, and then you would put your 10,000 Karma there and you would click power up. And again, when it's connected to scatter, that's all you have to do. It makes that transaction, boom, from that point forward, you are powered up. Really, it took all of 30 seconds once I knew what I was doing. And if you want to power down to then sell or trade them someday, you just use this down here to power it down. So easy. It's so easy that it's stupid to not just spend the 30 seconds and do it. And then you'll gain more Karma. So that's why I wanted to share that with you guys. Power up your Karma. All right, altShiftDev presents MEOWnet. That's a funny name for a very cool thing. So that stands for My EOS Wallet Net. And what it is basically it allows dApps to interact directly with hardware wallets instead of using middleman software. So up until this point, you've had to connect with scatter on any website pretty much that you want to use your EOS hardware wallet with or your EOS account with. Well, not anymore. altShiftDev has made it really brain-freezingly easy to connect to your Ledger wallet, directly to the Ledger wallet. You do not need to use scatter with this system, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make it really easy for any site to integrate EOS seamlessly and easily, and easier for the user as well. And the other site that I really like a lot that's a demonstration of this is altshiftdev.com. It's the My EOS wallet. You can connect directly with your Ledger that way, and that's how I use it all the time to vote. It takes me 30 seconds to vote. I don't have to load scatter. I don't have to type my password. I don't have to connect my wallet. I just go into altshiftdev.com. So what MEOWnet's going to do is it's going to bring that same seamless functionality to any website. You could put it on your website and receive a tip by someone just connecting their Ledger, signing a transaction, and pressing send. They don't have to even load up scatter. It makes it that much easier. So really excited about this. It looks like this. You'll see a little pop-up window. You'll connect to your Ledger and you'll log in at that point. Really props to altShiftDev for just being so innovative and so creative. He's a freaking little genius over there, pumping out software and programs to make EOS better. So here's a demonstration of what it looks like again. All right, and a quick little plug to Sense.Chat. They sent me a video a while back and I just kept forgetting to show it to you guys. It looks really cool. Right now they have it for the iOS. It's an app. You can download it today. Here it is on the App Store. You can see some screenshots of it right here. Looks quite nice. And basically it uses smart contracts, connects securely through the blockchain to anyone in the world without sharing your identity unless you want to. It's truly peer-to-peer video on this app. And you can earn, send, and receive digital assets as you chat. So it allows you to transfer money back and forth and chat, send video, all on the EOS blockchain. And guess what else? It looks like they have been moving from Ethereum to EOS, another platform moving from Ethereum to EOS. Right now, they're doing a token swap. So if you're a part of that, you may want to click on that. And right now, I'll just show you the video that I got from these guys. I hope this music doesn't give me a copyright strike on YouTube. And I found another really cool site. EOS Titan has made a proxy voter analysis for proposals. So what it does is allows you to select a proxy. We'll select Colin T Crypto. It shows you in green all the voters that are voting in the same way that I have voted. And in red, it shows the voters who have voted a different way than I have voted. And here on the right side are proposals that I have not voted on that some of my voters have voted on. And it's worth noting here that on some of these proposals, I'm not going to vote on every proposal. Sometimes it's actually a bad idea to even vote a no on a proposal that you don't want, because voting tokens boosts it on the ranks on many of the proposal pages. Whether you vote a yes or a no, it shows that more tokens have voted. And so by abstaining from a vote, I'm also keeping its total vote tokens really low and just keeping trashy proposals off the main screen. So if you're wondering why I don't vote no on just all this stuff, it's because I don't even want it to be high on the list. I want the quality content to be high on the proposal list. So props EOS Titan for making a very cool site, eostitan.com/proxies. And if you remember in my last video, I was requesting your participation in activating the eosDAC. Well, guess what, guys? It has just activated. We have reached the 15% activation threshold necessary. And I'm going to read this little paragraph to you. So today, the first elections for the eosDAC custodians reached a 15% voter participation. The voting started 2 months ago, and after having reached the threshold, the elected custodians can operate. Therefore, the DAC is now in the hands of the community. And so what does this mean? eosDAC is now making all its decisions, the approval or denial of worker proposals, on-chain through elected custodians using multisig transactions on the member client. This marks the beginning of the EOS DAC actually functioning on-chain the way it was visioned, and this is a huge leap forward for DACs on EOS. Anyone else will be able to launch their own DAC using the complex smart contracts and models they've built as well. So this is not only a block producer, community-owned block producer. They have open sourced their software so that anyone can build a DAC on EOS, which is really, really exciting. So congratulations, guys. Thank you for activating EOS DAC. It is now community run. And lastly, if you remember, I had 13 prizes last episode, and I have now shipped out about 11 of the 13 prizes. I'm just waiting on about 2 more guys' addresses. And so all the pins are shipped out, the Meet One cats and the Dan pin, all out the door to you guys. Thank you for entering, and thank you for participating. You know, in the spirit of that, I might as well just do another contest. And so this is how this one's going to go down. I have a very nice EOS aluminum printed 20-inch by 30-inch piece of art that I designed myself. And I'm going to give it to one of you guys because I had 2 made and I don't need 2 of them. It's worth several $100s. I know how much it cost me to make it, and that's just the production costs alone, not factoring in the artwork itself. Many hundreds of dollars. So I'm going to mail this, including shipping costs, to anyone who wins this, the one winner, in America only this time, because it's freaking heavy and it's freaking huge. And so here is what it looks like. I'm going to give you a little cam view. So as you can see, I have a couple pieces of crypto artwork on my wall. I have this really awesome Ethereum poster. Again, it's aluminum printed. But over here, I have my EOS poster. And I really, really like how it turned out. As you can see, it's like a planet moon thing. And an EOS logo is sort of overlaid on top faintly. And so there you go, guys. Give you a closer view. It is printed on a reflective aluminum. As you can see, I'll move it around here. You can see it's reflecting. And it's got a hanging system on the back. So you can, drop a nail in your wall and hang it up. So there you go, guys. So what do I want you to do to win that? That's 20 inches by 30 inches long. It weighs a couple pounds. So all I'm going to ask you to do to win this prize is to comment in the description below with your Twitter handle, like the video, add me on Twitter, Colin T Crypto, and then retweet EOS Mega Update Volume 18. That's this video right here. Once you do those 4 things, I will enter you in the contest. When I get back from Anarchapulco, I will pick a winner and I will mail this on my dime to you for free for winning. So you could be the winner of this brand new, exciting EOS poster. And if you want a comparison statistically, last episode I had 47 contest applicants and 13 winners. So you may have a very good chance of winning this poster if you enter. It's not like there's thousands of people who enter. I hope there are, but it doesn't seem that way. So you have a fairly good chance of winning this. Again, it's for US residents only because of the shipping costs. Probably be $60, $80, $100 just to ship this overseas. So right now it's limited to Americans only, but thank you so much for all the rest of you who watch my videos. I really appreciate it. You know I would send it to you if it wasn't a frickin' ripoff to send it overseas. Okay guys, and that's about all I have for you today. I am super pumped about Anarchapulco. I'm going to be hitting that plane tomorrow, 9 a.m., flying all day to Mexico, Acapulco, where I will see hopefully some of you guys there. If you're there, please make it a point to swing by and say hi. And I'm really looking forward to it. Let's get some sun. Let's have some good times. Let's see some good conferences. Oh, I'm going to be sitting with Ron Paul at his dinner table. And so I will be sitting across from the man himself, Mr. Paul, and I'm going to ask him a couple questions that came up on my Twitter profile, just if I get the chance, and just see what he says. So if you want me to ask Ron Paul a question, put it under my Twitter profile, under that question where I said, hey, I'm going to be sitting with Ron Paul. What do you want me to ask him? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me in so many ways. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing this. I love EOS. EOS is definitely my #1 pick. I see it only getting higher. And you know what? I absolutely see EOS reaching and surpassing $100 per token. Let it be said, Colin Talks Crypto emphatically believes over $100 per EOS. And I see that within the next 2 years. Maybe not in 2019, but almost for sure in 2020. So we will be at that EOS San Diego party with Kent and at the Hotel Del Coronado. Looking forward to that so much, to meet the rest of you guys that I don't see at Anarchapulco. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Keep rocking, keep being awesome. Talk to you again soon after I'm super sunburned and tanned and all that good stuff. This is Colin. This is Colin Talks Crypto.